What's up, Lantern fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast, the co-host of the Emerald Echo podcast. Here with a look at the Funko Pop DCeased figure of Green Lantern Dinah Lance, also known as Green Canary. I got one of these the first week that it hit the market, but it took me a while to find a second one for this review. I didn't want to buy one online because I didn't want to pay the shipping due to the fact that this is a much larger package than we usually see for Funko Pops. But all that being said, let's go ahead and get a look at the package details now. We get a partial window at the top, and this pop is actually encased in a hard plastic display case, and we get some product information on the bottom. On the top, it says comic covers. We get a product shot here in the middle. On the bottom, this is designated as number 6 in the comic cover series. On the side, we get a partial window, and it says Green Lantern. On the back, we get a partial product shot as well as the Green Lantern symbol. You can see this version of Dinah Lance represented on this variant cover of DCeased Dead Planet number 4. You can clearly see a reproduction of the cover used as the backdrop for this Funko, which you can also see through the front window. Many familiar Green Lanterns are represented on this cover, including Kilowog, Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, and John Stewart. The width of this packaging is approximately 7 inches, and it's also 11 inches in height. The official description from Funko states that the pop is not removable from the display case. However, I will be removing it for this review. And now it's time to bust this figure out of the package and see what's inside. If you open the bottom and the top of the packaging, you can just push the display case out like this. And here's a look at Green Canary free of the package. It actually says pop on the top of the display case. And you can see the comic cover in the back there. The figure is attached to a plastic rock base, which is in turn attached to a smooth black base that is the bottom of the display case. I'm always happy to see group shots of the Green Lantern Corps, so I'm glad they used this cover for this Funko Pop. And here is the back of the display case. I'm taking off this plastic, and this will allow me access to that white screw that you saw on the back. This is simple shrink wrap, so it's not difficult to remove. Here's a close-up of the white screw, and I'm going to be using this Phillips head screwdriver to loosen this up and get the Funko out of the display case. The screw came out with very little resistance. This backdrop and the Funko and the display case are all attached, and I'll show you the back of the Funko in a minute, and you'll see how that was achieved. So now that I have the Funko free, let's take a closer look at the details of Green Canary herself. Here is Green Canary in a squatting position, just as she is on the cover of DCeased Dead Planet number 4. There she is on the rock base. There's the sword. Overall, I'm very happy with the level of detail on this Funko. And like I said before, this rock base is attached to this piece of smooth black plastic, and it doesn't come off. That looks to be fused together as one piece. And one advantage here, you don't have to worry about the Funko falling over. Now, there is no articulation, and there's a reason for that. As you can see here, I'm trying to turn the head a little bit, and like the whole body moves. So there is no articulation at all. And here's a side view of the figure. And this is why the figure doesn't move. You can see this port back here. That's where the screw goes. And that goes through the display case and the replica cover, as well as into the back of the head of this figure. Here's a close-up of the head sculpt, and I do have some minor criticisms. This doesn't mean that I don't like the head sculpt, but I think there are areas that could have been improved. For instance, the eyes are beige when they should be white, and the mask should be a darker shade of green. And here's a comparison of the figure to the artwork on which it is based, and I feel like a dark wash would have made this more accurate to the source material. I really appreciate the intricacy of this attire. There's wrinkles sculpted into the jacket, good paint applications on the belt and the sword, and the Green Lantern symbol, despite the fact that it's very small, the paint applications are exact and it's very recognizable. And here's a quick look at the bottom of the base, and there's not much here outside of a product stamp. But all that being said, I'm very happy with this Funko Pop. I'm always appreciative of companies when they make collectibles outside of the usual Green Lantern characters like Hal Jordan and John Stewart and Sinestro. And I really liked Dinah Lance's use in the DCeased storyline, so I was very happy to add this to my collection of Green Lantern Funko Pops. I certainly hope you have enjoyed this review. If so, please like and subscribe. Make sure to catch me on the Multiverse Musings vidcast, which is available right here on YouTube, which includes the Emerald Echo podcast, where we cover all of the adventures of your favorite ring slingers. And I'll be back to the internet with more Green Lantern-related content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.